Why, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever it is when you're tuning in, I am glad that you did so, that you clicked, and that you're here for a journey with us. Another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our previous episode, we finally wrapped up, for both Horde and Alliance, all of the Hillsbrad Foothills quests. Now, there's a caveat with that. Many of the quests that originate in that region are technically Alterac Mountain, so there are still little exclamation marks and mysteries to unravel leading out of South Shore and out of Terran Mill. But those will be covered on another episode. So what we're going to do now is we're going to begin, probably in my mind, it's the real linchpin of the questing experience for World of Warcraft Classic, and it's Thousand Needles. This zone causes me no end of pain and frustration. For the Horde exclusive side is fine. It's like any other zone. And then there's the Shimmering Flats, technically considered part of the zone, but it really should be a zone unto itself, in the same way that Northern and Southern Barrens should be separated and are, and the same way that Stranglethorn Vale, North and South, should be separated, and it is. What they do for Cataclysm instead is they just kind of nix the whole Shimmering Flats and replace it with a new vibe. So we're going to start this with the Alliance, because half of the zone is doubled up on both sides. So rather than doing Horde, finishing with the Shimmering Flats, and then immediately redoing the same quests, if we do it this way, it'll at least kind of give us a little bit of a breathing space. So we'll be with Glee Contessa for a little while more. Stay a while and listen. Now, a note: if you want to follow the path that I'm following, you will not be able to finish this zone. You will not be able to finish the Shimmering Flats without a carry unless you get to level 39. Maybe 38 if you really, really want to bang your head against the wall. 38's a possibility. So the reason why we're in Ratchet is because this is the closest place we can go. We need to walk all the way down. I suppose we could have gone to Theramore Isle and walked out, but that's a kind of a dangerous swamp at this stage of the game. It's a little bit tough. Even at 36, it's a little tough. We're almost 37, but we need to walk all the way down to the Great Lift. So we have a little bit of walking. This actually would have been a great time to do our quests for the Warlock and Mage, but I did not plan that out well. We do have one quest already, the Brassbolt Brothers. We're sitting on that quest. It's one of the only Alliance-only quests. So let's start the spreadsheet while we wait. So, I mean, we have the time, right? So let's build the sheet out more. We're going to continue an Alliance experience here. I'm kind of cutting through. The good thing is that at 36 we can walk through the Barrens with basically an imperviousness. So we're going to do Thousand Needles. Now, as far as lore, aesthetic, and all that stuff, I really actually don't mind the Thousand Needles. I just despise with a passion, when you give me a zone and you stretch it so far. Not to mention, it's going to take us a decent amount of time because there's so much travel around the world. We will be, in the course of completing this quest line, we'll be going, of course, back and forth to Thousand Needles. And there are no good Alliance hubs, so this is going to force us to go into Gadget Stand, which is fine because it means that we'll have a flight path set up there for when we have to do the cooking quest, and when we have to do other things in the region. There will be a couple times when we actually have to go to Gadget Stand or Tanaris, and now we'll have a node there, and it's really actually closer to go to Gadget Stand, almost. I think it is, than it is to go to Freewind Post as a Horde character. So we might be using it for both characters because of that. But we will quest as a level 36, or hopefully actually 37, 38. We will, in the course of this, quest in Dustwallow Marsh, the Swamp of Sorrows, Badlands, Southern Stranglethorn Vale, Northern Stranglethorn Vale, I'm probably forgetting something else. Technically, you'll go to Uldaman, which I just, all of this is a big pain in the tuchus. But the one quest we picked up is one of 2 Alliance-only quests in the zone. And there's one called Lonebrow's Journal. That's actually a prelude dungeon quest. We're going to count it as not... It's a Razorfen Crawl quest, but we're not going to count it as such. It's really opening up the Razorfen Crawl. At some point in this, we will most likely run Razorfen Crawl and maybe Gnomeregan to help push us over the edge. Because we need to get there. The longer we can wait, the better. Especially, I will certainly procrastinate on Gnomeregan. This is the other part. This part of the game, the end of the 30s, is just tough. Because we're also starting a new tier. Anytime you're starting a new tier, that's going to be hard too. And the way that this new tier begins, the same thing kind of happens when we do Swamp of Sorrows, because so this current bracket we're looking at consists of 1,000 needles. So this is the first one that we do, so it ends painfully. Desolus, it's pretty good. It has some difficulty toward the end, again, because of the being in a new bracket. Alterac Mountains. By the time we get there, we'll be fine. We're already on the borderline. It's just the fact that it's almost all elite quests. That part's a little bit tricky. And then the Arathi Highlands. Again, Arathi Highlands, not a terrible one. Ton of elite quests. Worst part about Arathi Highlands is that it ends with a level 50 elite quest, which you will need a full-on party to defeat it, or you'll need a level 60. You can't be getting your level 45 friend or your level 54 friend to come help you. You need a level 50, a level 60. You need a competent level 60 to come help you, or you need a whole party. It's a tricky little end to the zone. And then that kicks us off into Swamp of Sorrows. Now, the Swamp of Sorrows bracket, Swamp of Sorrows is easy, but then it does have a chain that is clearly meant to be done for the Horde as part of the Blasted Lands instead. And so that's okay, much in the same way that we'll kick over some of the quests for Alterac Mountains. We can do that. Badlands is a solid part of that tier, and I can't really speak that much more past it because I haven't had a chance to play in my free time other than making this show all week. So hopefully this weekend I'll get to dig into Badlands some. Dustwallow Marsh, we've gone in and out of there, so I'm at this level. By the time we get there, I won't be as afraid. In Stranglethorn Vale, while it has a lot of hard stuff, it's such a big zone, and so much of it happens in the north that we'll get an opportunity to really spread out and flex. And within that, we'll also complete the Uldaman dungeon. So Brassbolt Brothers is what we're going to start with. That's a breadcrumb that would take you over to the Shimmering Flats, and that's what we'll pick up. That's one thing. Lonebrow's Journal is going to be a dungeon quest, but I think it takes us over here to this that flight path that's technically ferryless. Another thing I have to do on my questing quite soon is I have to do the fishing quest. My characters are finally starting to be level 46, so they're, from a level perspective, I need to do the Nat Pagel quest, which does have you fishing in Feralus. I want to say Dustwallow Marsh. I don't remember all the others off the top of my head. Let's kind of we can kind of look it up if we want to brave Wowhead crashing our site. Fishing, it is called Nat Pagel Angler Extreme. Okay, so that he wants us to go to Feralus, Stranglethorn Vale, Desolus and the Swamp of Sorrows. And it instantly froze because it's the worst, becoming the worst website ever. Alright, so most of those are okay. It's just travel. Feralus is a little bit tough, but I don't know. We could walk around. Feralus is a tier beyond. I'd say it's the most difficult of the following bracket, so that one's tricky, but I mean, you could just stay on the road. I have already had to walk through Feralus for a quest. I don't remember why. I had to do it for my mage, I just don't remember. I think it was for... It's for the quest that you get at level 40 that we have to go back and do in Westfall, that Amber Brew quest. One of the things sends you into Feralus. It's not tough, it wasn't hard to just walk and stay on the road there. That's another cool thing. So now we're just starting to get to these chains where, other than the one that's in the Amber Brew or Amber Liquid, whatever it's called, other than that one, I'm starting to hit these chains where I'm seeing trinkets. So that's kind of cool because she still doesn't have a necklace? That's crazy. I guess it's because it's you're at the whim of the RNG gods before this point. Nomergon, pretty solid chance we can get a necklace out of that one. So she will be getting one soon. But yeah, trinkets. I only have one trinket on my mage, none on my other guy, on my horde. And the trinkets are all... I mean, I was around level 42, so we're still a little bit off. It'll be past this zone probably after Desolus is a pretty decent spot where we could get... I'm gonna miss that. Haha. Alright, so let's pick up our other one random alliance specific quest in this zone. Lonebrow's Journal. You have to go to this guy. He has a book, Henrig Lonebrow's Journal, in his hand here. We might devote an episode to this as well. But we're gonna read it if we can right now. And now we're gonna cut over. Actually, let's start the quest. You slowly open the weather journal of Henrig Lonebrow. That's it. Now, it says, like I'm on the quest, see, you turn it over here. So, gotta make our way out. If we see ore, there is decent ore in this region, but not for Alliance because you don't spend that much time actually in the mountains. Let's read his journal. Day 1. My journal from Ironforge finally brings me to Kalimdor. Prospector Kazgorm of Baal Modan is making great headway. He uncovered a fossil today, which the site scholars believe to be a bone fragment of an ancient god. Kazgorm is certain the fossil is part of a greater mystery. While he oversees the excavation site, he has made it my quest to discover more fossils to piece together the story. My assignment, head to the south in search of more clues. Day 2. The lands of the Barrens are vast and expansive. My trek has been long and arduous and has yielded nothing of interest for the Explorers League archives so far. The only incident of note took place near the Gold Road. That's 10. Off in the distance I noticed some strange creatures, half pig, half man it seemed. I quickly hid and let the foul beasts pass. What a foul stench they left behind. Day 3. Oh, great and splendid discovery. Whilst exploring today, I came across a grand find. Massive remains of what seems to have been a boar-like creature. Its skull towered many lengths above me. Each tooth of the beast could dwarf even, well, a dwarf. Due to the sheer size of the find, I am led to believe these are the remains of one of the rumored old gods. A while back at the Explorers League headquarters in Ironforge, I remember a lecture given by Chief Archaeologist Grey Whisker. The old chap made mention of such a god, one which was revered by the strange elves of Darnassus because of his rumored altruistic nature. Bah. One moment I hear snorting outside the tent. Surely just some thistlebores trying to get at my apple stash. Day 4. Captured. Must write quickly. Attacked by boar men of the Razorfen tribe. Believed they were taking me to the great boar remains of the fallen god. Instead, they skirted the great fossils and headed directly west of the giant skull across the Gold Road. Roughly dragged inside of a foul-smelling, thorn-infested bramble called Razorfen Crawl, thrown inside a crudely crafted hut and held captive, along with a dying night elf. No possessions on me save for this journal, my quill, and my pocket watch. Someone coming now. Day 5. My night elf cellmate suffers from grave wounds. The boarmen have whipped him repeatedly, and I believe he will perish before long, unless by some miracle a rescue party braves this treacherous place. He slips in and out of consciousness. When he awakes, I try to give him what little water I have. Last night he was able to speak for the first time. He is a druid called Haralath, sent to these parts to examine the rumors of the fallen boar god. In a weakened voice he told me that he believed the great boar skull to be the place where the great boar god Agamagan fell battling the Burning Legion some 10,000 years ago during the War of the Ancients. We read that book. His massive body flattened the land and his blood sank into the earth. Twisted spires of thorns grow where his blood fell. Haralath and his people seek to discover the source of corruption at this site. Agamagan was believed to be a pure god, he told me. Why these foul creatures and malignant thorns scar the land is a mystery indeed. Before I could press for more information, Haralath slipped into fitful sleep once again. Day 6. Haralath's condition worsens. His eyes opened only once today. He spoke with pained anguish, but his message was clear. If I were to escape my doom here in Razorfen Crawl, word must be gotten to Falfindel Waywarder in Thalinar that Charlga Razorflank was rousing minions in the southern barrens. The power grows with each day. The crone must be stopped before the plague of corruption can spread from the Crawl. Poor Haralath looks pale as bone. His fever grows worse by the minute. All the while the boarmen are preparing for some great military action. I fear that if I do not attempt my escape soon, I will meet a fate similar to my elven cellmate. My plan is to sneak out when the boarmen leave for their next hunt. My guards are lazy and often sleep through their shifts. Once free from the Crawl, I will head towards Thousand Needles and then west to Thalinar on the border of the mysterious forests of Theralis. There I will seek the druid known as Falfindel Waywarder. What began as an attempt to explore the past of my people has turned into something much larger. The protection of the Alliance lies in my hands. So cool. It just says to read it, and when you do, so that's kind of vague, but if you actually do read it, it would point you in this direction if you weren't using Questly.
Peace be with you.
From your look of concern, I can tell that something is amiss.
You say you found this journal on a deceased dwarf? Give me but a moment to peruse the pages.
Ooh, look at these.
Poor Haralath, and this dwarf, Lonebrow. What a brave soul
Big belt
he was.
Upgrade.
We must not let
Well,
the valiants go for naught. This crone,
okay, not
Charlga
big.
Razorflank, must be stopped. Surely infiltrating the Crowl will be perilous. There isn't time to send word to Darnassus. Adventurer, assemble a party to slay the crone. Bring me Razorflank's medallion as proof of demise.
Look at this. It says it will give me plus 17 to armor. That's not true. It will give me 117 to armor. To lose 1 stamina. I would take that. Don't need a shield. And I'll also get a Magi Blunderbuss. I feel like the Magi Blunderbuss is just a common thing. So what would be nice is if we did have that gadget stand one open. I could fly down over there right now. But instead we've got to walk now back across Thousand Needles. So a lot of travel to get us started because we got to go into the middle of nowhere to the Shimmering Flats to begin this quest. But at least the first round will see us actually solidly questing. And we may as well get used to it. So I need to come equipped over the next couple days with what we're going to talk about. Because there is a lot of, like I said, a lot of traveling. Which really elongates the time spent in this zone. Now, at some point, we will do Razorfen Crawl. And at some point, we will do Nomergon. Before we ever come back and touch this zone with the Horde. And then the Horde, we'll complete this as well. What are we at for XP? We need 4,700 remaining XP to get to level 37. I mean, it's all good. We are, it's not I'm going to go ahead and at least keep that on me in case we have to fight. Because these mobs, oh, they're gray. So they're not even anything to be afraid about. Yeah, this first part is going to be... Yeah, there's iron. Now, iron, we need that. Just have to find where it is exactly. Oh, it's tucked away right there. Now, he is not gray, so he's going to aggro onto me, but... Okay. That's okay. So I've been playing last night with my wife. That, like I said before, we're starting to play some retail to get ready to do the War Within, because I'm not going to devote any of my free time. I don't have free time right now, and I won't for months. Not really. The little free time I have is going to happen on the weekends, and it will be spent on this show and prepping for this show by doing the trial run. So, I mean, that paints a horrific picture. I obviously have a little bit of time. I just have to... Free time that can be devoted to gaming is a better way to put this. I can't just be sedentary. I can't not... This is Rock Alim the Pounder. He's an elite, but he's... I'm going the wrong way. But he's not an elite rare. He's for a quest. He's for... We will do it with our horde. We've done... That's actually one of the ones we've done. We've completed this zone for the most part already on this show. This is the last one. This is the last zone that we have pretty much done a deep dive into already. Because when we do Desolus next, that's going to be all new material for the show. Alterac Mountains will be all new. Arathi Highlands will be all new. Swamp of Sorrows will be all new. Badlands, all new. Duskwallow Marsh, all new. And then we'll hit Stranglethorn Vale, where we technically did around 10 quests. I mean, I could take some of that copper right there. I already passed it. And then also, we've done Razorfen Crawl. We've done Nomergon. We actually did parts of Scarlet Monastery. We did at least the library and the armory. But when we do Razorfen Downs and the rest of the Scarlet Monastery, that will be all new. Then our dungeons will be caught up. By the time we hit Oldemon, that's all new. So we are... That's another thing that is... It's probably not a coincidence that this level, which I consider to be the kind of crux of the questing experience, sort of in a way like the midpoint of the game,
out of range. It's too far
that
away.
this is where we hit a wall and realized that the other way we were formatting the show that we spent over a year on was a waste. I like it the way we're doing it now. I think we're making good progress. It's gonna, we're going a lot faster. But stupid life tries to slow us down. But you can't beat me, life. I will stay unbeaten. Alright, the heat. I don't know. I am considering calling out like an HVAC person. I just don't know at this point. It's getting brutal. The AC shutting off and constant. I mean, we can try. We can keep it like at least not deathly. But as you're battling it throughout the day, if you are not constantly staying on it, it will raise. It'll get up to about 80 degrees in the house, which is not pleasant. Oh, look, there's silver and a little kobold. Okay, these are some screeching rogue feathers. They will annoy us when we're on the horde. I like the horde too because it's worth. It could have been worth a. Dang it! I knew she was coming for me. That's right. I like that XP. The silver evasion's gone. See, she's not too tough though. Level 30. We'll crush her. And only 224 XP for that. Every little bit helps. What's over there? 10? Nah. 10 I'm good on. The only reason I got some copper is to pair with my tin. I think, how much tin do we already have? We've got 19 tin, so I'm good. I would go as far, so we'll go as far as around 19 copper, just to use it up. But iron, yes, that's the world we live in now. We need iron. This is why 1,000 Needles is good, because it gives us that opportunity to get iron. From this point forward, we will have the opportunities for iron for some time. Even when I'm doing Badlands right now, iron is a common ore in that area. So I should mark that we did our quest, the Lonebrow's Journal. Put that one on there because we picked it up and turned it in. So that one we can check off. Now most of these quests we won't be checking off on our spreadsheet because they're neutral. So I won't be checking them off on the master list until we've completed them on both. We're making our way over here. So we'll check at the end how much time we devoted just to travel. My hope is maybe, and I might be wrong, my hope is maybe it will take us 3 episodes to get through this. But it might take us 4. And then with the Alliance, and with the Horde it's going to take a little bit longer, because however long this takes us, it'll take us that long, plus it'll take us another 2 or 3.
It's too far away.
Oh, really nestled in there quite well. So, altogether, it's going to take us a good 6 episodes, probably, to complete this with the Horde, because of that Shimmering Flats annoyance. There's just... We'll be so high that we'll be able to really blast through the actual Tord-specific quests. Tord-specific. But yeah, so we did, my wife and I, we started, she's never played any of the Dragonflight expansion, so I felt like it would be fun to take her through that, and to also let her experience the Drakthir, because she likes, you know, DPS and the power that you get to feel powerful from killing, and you certainly get that, especially in the beginning with the evokers. And I was curious to try out this new... I forgot about these guys. To try out this new spec. I should have done the 10-second one. Dang it. That's the one I need. Ow. Ow. I'll use a potion if I have to, but... Because this is 41 seconds of forbearance. Alright, we didn't have to do it. Okay, note to self. Make sure I use the Divine Shield on myself. This is only in an emergency if I need a second one, or if I'm trying to hit somebody else with a bubble. Note to self. Oh yeah, we're working on Vengeance for the next few levels. And then Repentance. And then, even before I switch over, I'm still going to go back and give one more improved Seal of the Crusader. Then I'll switch back to Holy, finally. Where I will do both Divine Strength and Divine Intellect. Which will then finally open up Consecration for me. So let's check and see how long this goes. So... We're at 36 now, so that will be 39, 40, 41 by the time we go there. So getting through those, that will take us to 51, 52. I like that, so that's 54. And then it's going to be... kind of tough. Definitely not that. I mean, people say, I like that idea, but I guess on Alliance, you're going to be more tapping into Fear Ward if that's really an issue. So then it becomes, would I rather buff the amount I heal with my Holy Light, or for soloing, I won't lose focus or whatever. I kind of like that, maybe a couple points there. Or... skip it completely and work my way down into the hit capped area, but even that is not... I don't really care, because I'm never going to use Devotion, Aura, or blocking, so I'm dumping points that will literally do nothing for me to get hit when I may not be... I may eventually become hit capped. So... All right, we're at the Shimmering Flats. Actually, I kind of think it's kind of a pretty area. I like it. The idea of these salt flats. It reminds me of the Salton Sea. Old. Oh, what was the name of the guy that he played? Val Kilmer. An old Val Kilmer movie from back in the 90s or so, maybe the aughts. All right, so we're going here. I do like the idea of a self-contained questing area with a neat storyline where you have gnomes versus goblins, and it's all about the racing. That's fun. This people. Oh, look at this guy. So now here's Gua. This is how he's going to make his name. He's just offering free stuff. Summons to any map or dungeon. Profession transmutes. So, like, let's say you wanted Arcanite bars or whatever, I think. +4 stats to chest with his mats. Only doing it if you have a best-in-slot chest. Minor speed enchantment to boots. And 14 slot bags for lobies. Oh, it's his birthday. Well, that's cool. Cool, Gua. I mean, he's getting my notice. He's catching my notice, and you loyal subscribers of mine out there. That means I'm exposing you to his ears.
Can I help you?
Him to your ears. All right, be careful where you put that foot of yours, mister. We're not all blessed with the lofty height of a human.
Be seeing you.
Watch where you're stepping. Watch, watch, watch. This is delicate stuff you see here, and if we're to win, then it must all work perfectly.
Ah! Longbeard sent you with a load of helmets. Hooray. Now maybe we can talk a pilot into driving our car.
All right, breadcrumb done. Thanks for the helmets, Key Contessa. These will really reduce our medical bills. All right, so
Hi,
first...
how are you?
Hardened Shells.
My brother is working on a new fuel for his rocket car. He's brilliant. He really is. So brilliant that I think that new fuel he's designing is strong enough to eat right through the car's chassis. I want to reinforce its fuel tanks before that happens. The tortoises out in the flats have very hard shells. I want to use them to create new tanks for our rocket car. Tanks that can hold my brother's new fuel. You look responsible enough. Will you get me those shells?
Okay, also, we're down to 1,700 XP. Alright, so we need turtle shells to make tanks for the gnomes.
I have so many designs for our rocket
Same
car.
voice?
So many, and
Must
I
be twins.
must try them all. I'm
Whizzle
working
and fizzle.
on a new type
Okay.
of fuel. One that burns really, really, really hot. I haven't gotten the mixture perfect, but I think I know what I need. The scorpids who wander the shimmering flats have a venom with lots and lots of salt in it. It's very unique, and it's just what I need. Bring me venom, and trust me, our car will fly.
Okay, we need scorpion. We need scorpid poison to make fuel for the other twin bro. I don't think this gnome pit crewman has anything for us. A couple guys, but here is Cravel Colbeard.
How are you?
Rot, come a little closer. We have important matters to discuss, you and I. Some of them we don't want everyone to hear.
With all the races they're running here, it's no surprise that a few mishaps happen along the way. If you look around the shimmering flats, then you'll see evidence of past crashes. Scraps of rocket car parts are littered everywhere. And those parts are worth money to the gnomes and goblins. They're always looking for more contraptions to slap onto their cars. So go out and get me parts. Bring me a heap and I'll pay you well.
Yeah, that one can just... It's not hard. It's just that you need 30 of them, one at a time, scattered over the whole desert.
I make it my job.
Here's
to
the
get
beginning of the
fuel
travel.
they need, and the gnomes over there need a parts order filled. Their parts were shipped to Ratchet a week ago, but I haven't been able to make the trip. So, are you ready for some legwork? Go to Ratchet and give this parts order to Wharfmaster Dizzywig. He'll probably be at the docks. Do this for me and I'll have more jobs for you. Jobs, my friend, with serious profit potential.
And not hard, just go to Ratchet, right? But beginning of the annoying back and forth traveling.
I have a package for an old customer of mine, a dwarf named Hemet Nessingwari. The package took weeks to arrive, and Hemet's long gone by now. He said he was going to Stranglethorn to hunt the beasts there, but He left me some money to send his delivery when I could. Hemmett's a rich dwarf, and it's a good idea to keep up relations with the rich ones, yeah. So, you want to deliver the package for me? I heard Hemmett has a camp in Stranglethorn, north of Gromgall.
Unfortunately for us, we don't get to easily bop back and forth between Gromgall. I do think there is a vendor somewhere around here. Here he goes. This is the one vendor in the area. He does sell some engineering supplies, if you're interested in that, and some random stuff. We can just sort of kind of sell. I want to look at this parts order too. We might as well as we walk around. Inside here, there is a Rizzle Brassbolt. Maybe we'll need him eventually. Okay, but before we go start questing and before I mess with the spreadsheet, there's Daisy, the race starter girl. We will look at the couple other quests in this on the goblin side of the track. For now, there's just a couple. Not as many quests come from this side, frankly. But we do get one.
When it comes to racing, every bit counts. Whether it's a minor tweaking on the power output, a slight slackening on the tension coils, or lightening the weight of the frame, you have to take everything into account. We use vulture bones for a lot of the minor structural tweaks we make to our racers, which offer the perfect balance of strength and weight. Even better, it's easy for us to get more, as the salt flats are littered with vultures. Bring me some and I'll give you a good price on them.
That one's not that bad because the drop rate is really high. The vultures they do spread throughout the zone, but there are a couple spots. There's actually like basically 1 to 2 spots across the desert where there's a concentration of everything. So there are a few spots where there's concentrations of scorpions, a few spots where there's concentrations of turtles, a few spots where there's concentrations of vultures. So if you find those spots, your grinding will be a lot better. You just have to be willing to kind of walk around and explore the area, which we will. We will be here doing these quests, so we've got plenty of time for that. Dragmaster Miglin, and then there's one more. There's Zuzubi, the race announcer, but Trackmaster Jaren has another quest too.
After the big crash with the goblins
He's a
with
robot.
Racer and a basilisk,
Robotor.
Krogrider hired me on to take care of the track. I don't know what all the animals out on the flats are feeding on to grow so big, but we have to be careful to thin them out so they won't wander onto the track when a race is going on. Tell you what, if you want to go out and make a little profit, go out and remove the basilisks from the area.
Okay, so that's just the only basilisk killing quest in the zone. Now if you're Horde, you'll have a little bit more opportunity. There's a basilisk cluster down here, but there's also some Silithid stuff, so the Horde will also additionally be tasked with killing the Silithid, so it makes this area a little bit more profitable to grind in, but we don't have that. So now let's pick up all these quests. What did we do? So the first thing that we did is we went in and we turned in the Brassbolt Brothers quest. Fair enough. Boom, turn it in. We can check that one off. No more checkoffs will happen on our list on this show. We then picked up Hardened Shells, Salt Flat Venom. I'm going to just put that we did Load Lightning. That was the Goblin quest. It's not technically the same order, but whatever. It's all into same stuff. We also picked up Rocket Car Parts, Hemmet Nessingwary, and we picked up a Bump in the Road. We're going to mark all of these again. We technically just picked up Bump in the Road last. Okay. Now, we did not get Martek the Exiled yet, or this, but we did get Wharfmaster Dizzywig. That was his third one, so that's another pickup. The rest of these we don't have for now. We will be getting to all of these rest in the chain. And let's see where we're at. So to travel and pick up quests, we're at 38, almost 39 minutes. Okay, cool. So I think we'll go to at least around noon. So we're a little bit less than halfway, and we're just going to kind of make a loop of the area. I actually want to go down. Well, we need the vulture bones first, but I'm trying to think how I want to do this. We're going to cut over. We're not going to go down because that will be the basilisks, which we can save till the end. We'll kind of make a loop. Now, the good thing is, even though all these quests we picked up are level 30, the real joy comes from the killing of the mobs, and there are mobs up to 35, 36 for every single type of thing that we're going to do out here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to begin by killing whatever. We'll go to the harder side. This south and the east of the zone are more difficult. So that's where we're going to try to stick. Ah, yes, that person's doing all of those Alterac or Arathi areas. So I feel their pain will be there soon-ish, but not that soon. Okay, now notice we just had to kill, so we got one Saltstone Gazer done. I want to kill this Scorpid Terror. Also, now this is a Salt Flats Vulture. Maybe some of them have different names, or maybe it's just level separation. Okay, cool. So we did get Ghostwalker Pads of the Monkey. That's actually pretty decent. Leather shoulders, but we're not leather. The Swirling Vortex. I don't know if we ever have to kill those, but we did get a Hollow Vulture bonus. Almost a 100% drop rate on those. Now these guys can be annoying because they hit you with an insidious poison. We did get some Venom, nice. So if you do not have an ability to remove poison from yourself, this area can be quite annoying. Because of that poison. Because it's a very long-lasting poison. I'm going to go after another Gazer. It doesn't really matter where we get these mobs from. We're just going for the kills here. And with our 3 kills, we've already gotten over 1,000 experience. We've got maybe this mob and one more, and we'll hit level 37. Yay for us. We want to kill these because we want as much XP as possible. Remember, we're trying to get to level 39. Oh, I was going to stun him. So that gave me, it's like a 5-second stun. Solid stun. And all my stuff wore off. Because I didn't hit him. So the Seal of the Crusader, you don't nab him. So this turtle, this dead tortoise over here, this giant dead tortoise, first of all, interesting. They do make these kind of illusions from time to time toward this being a previous... I mean, as with any salt flat, most likely this was once a sea. And the Cataclysm refills this and makes it a sea again. There we go, we leveled up. Awesome, we got an even split between hit points and mana, and 1 strength, 1 stam, 1 intellect, 1 spirit. We just didn't get agility. We're going to go ahead and... Now we get a 9% bonus to our damage when we crit. Our chance to crit did not go up, but it did against... Technically, because we're 1 level higher, so... Everything within our range, we have a little bit greater chance of hitting. Oh, it's a 6-second stun. Even worse. Now, like I said, this first part, I love. Give me a quest zone where I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... a good 5 quests that I can work on all at the same time, that all involve grinding and killing mobs. That's great. That's perfect questing. It's like retail takes it too far, where retail, you do one thing, you effortlessly kill a few mobs, and it looks pretty, and then, like, boom, 4 quests later you level up. So, a little different. It's just too far in the other direction, in my opinion. I don't mind a little bit of a grind. Gives you time to really kind of settle in and feel your character. Alright, so this is a weaker, there's no way around this. These Saltstone Crystal Hides are just weaker, they're gonna be lower level. At least they're still worth XP. That's all I really care about. See, now these Crystal Hides are mana burning me. That's annoying. And we need 10 of these instead of 6. So...
It's too far away.
Now those guys in the vortex, I don't believe they're part of a quest. I think, and I believe, you know, in my time running around reading, just killing time, I think I read somewhere that these guys are probably were once upon a time going to be tied into the Call of Wind quest. Or the Horde Shaman, which does make sense. Because otherwise they don't have a point. Here's our first rocket car part. Rocket car parts, we need 30 of them. And they can look like various different things. Gears is what we just saw. You also see one here. I don't know what this is. It's like a little nub. So looking really close. Almost like it's supposed to be a big screw. I'm gonna have to kill this void guy because I want this, and I also don't mind. Like I said, they actually look cool, even for classic graphics. That's another thing. I mean, I haven't played in a while, so going back and looking at the animation in the cinematics, cutscenes, and just in the characters for the Drakthir, sure, but even for the Tauren, they just look. They look a lot better. They look cooler, but it's also almost kind of eerie. It's like in the pursuit of trying to get them looking better, they've made them look more.
I'm out of range.
It's there's a study that was done. I was listening to this the other day on a podcast. I can't remember which one. But basically, the study said that there is a proven quotient that when you're looking at robotic type creations, you want to get closer and closer to making them look human-like, to make them look believable. But there's this like anti-sweet spot zone where if they look close enough to being human, but not quite there, then it actually like really freaks us out and disturbs us as people. So notice there was also some wood that we picked up, and then this is like, I don't even know, just a flat, like a nut, almost like a gigantic nut. So I think that's where the Warcraft animation is kind of getting right now, where it's, not to say that Taurens look like humans, but the way it's trying to create, I think they're getting a little bit dangerously close to that sweet spot. The technology doesn't exist for them to look like completely believably human. And would you want to play a game like that? A live action game? This is another type we haven't looked at. It's like some ropes and like a pulley almost. Like a rope and handle attached to a little thing. Alright, here are the Sparkle Shell Snappers. These are the toughest kinds of turtles. The turtles do not have a good drop rate. That's what makes this area kind of notorious for grinding, is the turtles. Most of the other stuff is okay, but you need 9 shells. Drop rate not so great. We did get one on that one. Maybe it's better from the snappers. And this is when... Luckily for us, beta is out for War Within, so my guess is the server is going to be a little bit more closed off, a little bit more empty today. Okay, we're up to 7 of those. But I like it when we have this many things to kill. I don't even have to count down. I can just kind of enjoy.
I need to get closer.
Enjoy playing, which is what I like to do. And watching our XP meter slowly go up. We've gained 3,600. We need a total. So altogether, this was going to be a 76,000 XP level to get to 38, which is not even the level we need. Yeah, these snappers could be a little bit. So if you did 10 of those, that would be 3,800. We need about double that. So every one of these turtles is about, when you get, like, that's like 5%. If that's accurate, that can't be. No. I'm sorry. It'd be 3,000. So we would need to kill 100. So 200. So 0.5%. So killing a snapper like this is 1/200th of a level. Now we're gonna mix it with turning in quests and all that jazz. Okay, so now as you can see right here, we are coming upon a dead body of like almost like a giant Kodo, and this is one of our vulture spots. I mean, eventually we're going to have to kill some mobs that are kind of lower level, which is a bummer. Also, look, some of these we're killing is the ones that are like 250 instead, and that's with rested XP, which we do not have rested XP to take us all the way to the end. That's what's also going to kill us. We are going to run out of rested XP. It's a bummer. Then that's going to cut that in half. So right now, for instance, if they're worth 200 XP, 250, that's 1/3 of a percent. So that's 1/300th of what we need. We'll cut that in half without the rested XP. So 1/600th. So we're really looking at, that was even less. We're looking at needing at least about 600 mobs. Luckily, we have quests to turn in. We'll take some chunks of that out of the way. Decent-sized chunks. A lot of these will give us decent-sized chunks. But this is why we're going to reach a point where we're going to need to do some dungeons. Now, these vultures, as you can see, they're getting, I think, pretty much 100% drop rate. Where are we at on the car parts, too? We are at 10 of 30 car parts. That's just free XP as we walk along. And so far, we haven't even had to worry about using, you know, food or anything like that. We're staying pretty steady, although I'll probably jinx myself soon. Now, we do want to finish all these first, though, because once we hit level 38, like, now, then we'll start dropping off where more and more of these things are not going to be worth XP. We've pulled up the chart before on how it works. The higher you get, you do increase the sort of bucket size where you're allowed to get XP for mobs. But it is still finite, and you'll still run out. I think it starts, once you hit level 40, like, those buckets grow, but in the meantime, you're still dropping. Like, I think, obviously 31s are still good for us, so we have 6 levels is fine. At level 35, because it doesn't change, it doesn't start changing at the 5s until after level 40. So at 40, it will grow. I don't know if it's going to be 7. I think it's 8. So, oh, my inventory's full. Bummer. All right, so we need to go run back and sell, right? What was his thing that?
Inventory.
A light feather? That's, we don't really need that. I think I'll just leave the light feather. Okay, so now I'm going to make a run back over. We'll get a couple of these too. We're just going to go back and sell. As long as we don't go above 20, we'll be okay. Oh, let's read this parts order as we walk back over. We didn't read that. Greatly can't read. It says order number 45. I really do want to kill these guys, but I'm going to just ignore all mobs just to run there because my inventory's full. Order number 45 TK3, buyer Cravel Coalbeard, invoice Hydro Ratchet 3, repeater bolts 50, 30-inch 20-gauge copper tubing 12. Okay, I can't help it, I gotta kill some. Snuff, Deep Fury Brand 1, High Grade Prism 3. There you go, he hit me with that poison. As you saw, it looked like it was a 3-minute, but it's a pretty gnarly one. I'll look at it if I get hit with a different poison. And the different kinds have different...
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, so now we're dropping. Can I cook rock scale cod? I can, so I actually want to keep that. Guess I'll get rid of this mystery meat. And then we'll just sell off some of these goods. Some of it, there's not really a lot. It's just gonna overlap a little bit. Like the vulture, like as we kill less different types of mobs, it'll be okay. But we're gonna get a lot of, we haven't finished killing any one particular type of mob yet, so that's going to hurt us some. And there's that basilisk. So if we could get like less basilisks or whatever, that will make it a little bit easier for us. But we did get that one green shoulder. So that's taking up an inventory space. Yeah, these guys are tough. Turtles are tough. The sparkle shell snappers being the toughest ones. And as you can see, the drop rate, even with the snappers, we've killed a few and we've only gotten one shell so far. None's too shabby though. Okay. There's the crystal hide. So I believe we needed. Yeah, oh, actually, we haven't killed all of our gazers either. We need one more gazer. Okay, here's after we kill this guy, we'll go ahead and stun him because I'm going right over to kill right now. Or sell, I mean. But look, I mean, the mob density is great. Almost all of them have a chance of dropping something we need. It's good. This is a good area. We do need to fish somewhere, but we can do that when we start making our journeys. We need to get to 185 on fishing. And I feel like we just did that on a recent episode. So we have been leveling up at a good clip. We're 10% of the way up on the level already since leveling up, so not too shabby. Really and truly, not too shabby. Where's our seller dude? There he is.
Salutations!
Or girl, sorry. Alright, so... Yep, we'll do that. See, all of this is, for the most part, things we kind of don't need. Now, the turtle meat... I have vulture meat, cod, turtle meat. I have that one core stone too. The turtle meat I do need, but the vulture meat, I don't have anything to cook with that right now. So the thorough way that we play will make it to where we're never going to be like desperate for cooking materials. So if I don't have a recipe for it, or it's not worth points, then I'm not worried about it. Alright, so back we go. I'm kind of just going in the same area because working well. We do need one more grazer, one more crystal hide, and then we're done except for the weakest of the basilisks. We still need 18 car parts. We still need 5 of the 6 venoms. So the venoms for the scorpions are not that great. Not that great of a drop. They're medium. I consider them medium. Because you also don't need that many of them. The bad part about them is the poison. That's a minor inconvenience for us. Vulture bones are good because drop rate's great on the. I mean, 100%. You can't get a better drop rate than that. Mystery meat. Here's a gazer. This will be our last gazer that we need to kill. So that's good. These turtles that we want to take down. Ideally the snappers. Yeah, see, that's a borer. You got me. The borers are worth XP, but they're a little bit... They're the middle range ones. I really feel like we need a new weapon. Look, there's a Scorpion Terror. I feel like it's time for us to upgrade. This weapon doesn't hit with the same hardness as our previous weapon. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh. Why hast thou forsaken me with your poison? So, yeah. I mean, this is it. The grind, this grind will not take us that long. we're gonna finish the grind part of this zone on this episode. Most likely, if we hit, RNG is king in this game. So if it wanted to truly be stingy with us and break our soul, it could deny us, all the tortoise shells or whatever, and we would just pick up next time tomorrow. Like right now, we're having really bad RNG on the Venom from the scorpions. I don't know why. Okay, we'll go after a little boar. He's a little smaller than his snapper friend. Gonna go after the vulture. There we go. We got our second shell. Now that I'm just used to. That's not the bad drop rate on that. It's not even phasing me, because that's just part of the game. There's like whole subreddit pages about the bad drop rate of the shells, or like the futility of being out here hunting for these shells. I want that vulture. And if you feel free to do the whole desert. I'm just staying over here because I want the higher level ones for the greater XP, but along the fringes right here, the mobs are closer to around level 30. Up here, there's some nice low-level turtle clusters and low-level vulture clusters. So there are some good little areas. There's a couple lower-level scorpid clusters right here. We might just have to hit them up because of the cluster aspect of them. We get desperate. But yeah. We're in that grinding life right now, and we've gained almost 10k XP just grinding. There's a race. He's not even on a track. I don't even know what he's doing. There's this one too. Maybe they're going over to start the race. He's stuck. I wonder if anyone's ever come out. I'm sure they have somebody, but I wonder if like any guild or something like that has ever come out here and just really bet on these races. Kind of funny. Alright, so here's another scorpion, and then that will be our last crystal hide, which is good. Then we'll be done with all but the weakest of the basilisks. There's more turtle, tortoise, and vulture right there. Tortoise and the hare. I slept in late today. I was recharging from my week. Oh, no poison there. It's okay. We will keep going on this path of...
It's too far away.
So we'll fight this. We'll get another one. Maybe we'll get a second one. And the vultures. Okay, so we are really putting in good work on the basilisks. And the vultures will also be done soon, too. So then that just leaves us with the scorpids, the tortoises, and picking up the car parts. So that's pretty good. Yikes. I mistimed that. We got a large venom sac. I don't think that I ever picked up... No, I don't have the strong anti-venom. It's a pretty cool... You can get that recipe, but it sells for like a stupid amount on auction house, so... I don't know why people even care. Maybe because it allows... I have no idea. Completionists, like myself, like... People that want every little recipe. I do, but not on this. Like, I'm not going to do it on these characters. There we go. We got a third shell. When we go on retail, though, and we start doing an everyman account... I mean, I kind of already have one guy like that, so... Probably not. Well, there's not even... First aid's gone. Doesn't even exist anymore. Well, look at that. We're getting better drop rate on the tortoises than we are on the scorpids. That's never happened to me before. Also, I need car parts. I think it's because I've kind of stripped this area. And so now since the mobs are respawning faster than the car parts are respawning, I think that's a big part of it. Excellent. All right, one more vulture, and then we don't have to kill vultures anymore. I will head back up here. There's, we don't need any basilisks. That's a snapper. There's some car parts. Yeah, we do need to kill basilisks, just not... We just only need to kill the babies, which I don't... We're going to find out, since we're left 37, we will find out if 7 is our kill, like our level range yet. I'm hoping it will be. I don't want to fight that thing. I want this part, but... If he turns around, we're going to have to fight him, yep. Okay. Remember, we're after the XP, so... I want to pull him off that piece, though. Where are we at right now? 12k, 12.2k, boom, 12.4, 12.5. And this will be car part 14. Almost halfway done. I don't even like to track the stupid car parts because it's so tedious to count 30 individual pickups. When I'm doing it on my own and I'm only doing that quest, I usually try to like count it in packs of 3 or something. It helps me maintain my sanity. Alright, the vultures are respawned, so we can go kill our final vulture. No shell on that one, and a couple more car pites. Somebody's down there says, I love gnome feet. And then this other guy says, my brother in Christ, what? People are silly. Alright, so let's get a 32 vulture here. That's about the strong. I haven't seen a vulture stronger than 32, so fine with that. No car parts among those bones either. Won't worry about that. We are past the halfway point on the car parts, rocket parts. Fantastic. Vultures are done. So now if we do have to go back and sell, that's one less thing that we will have to sell. And we're at 13k XP. There's a scorpion. I would love to wrap on the scorpids, but I don't even think we've gotten our second one yet. Yeah, the scorpid RNG has been brutal. But, you know. There we go, we got our second one. Fantastic. Okay, so now we need 4 more scorpids. And we got the shells going on here. There's another scorpical fight there. We just are chipping away. Chipping away at both becoming a level 38 Beastmaster. And nice, 5 shells. Look at us. This is a level 35, I like that. Now, there on these chains of quests, there are... So, there's some grinding needed that will get us... I think we can kind of... As we kill mobs here, we can kind of take a peek at what this will look like for us, and where will we get the opportunity to get some more XP, what's just travel, what's difficult, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's look at the map here. So first of all, Martek the Exiled, that's just going to send us to the Badlands. So that's just a little tiny bit of free XP. Travel to the Badlands, and then we'll pick up the next quest in the zone on that. So just a little pinch of XP. Encrusted tail fins, we'll get some decent XP. It is a 100% drop rate, so and you need 10 of them. So we will be getting 10 elite kills. So altogether, that'll be worth around 5,000 XP, plus the what you get from traveling there, and also the turning in of the quest itself. So we'll probably, it'll still be less than 10k XP, and right now we have remaining 61k, so not a ton.
I need to get closer.
It's also a challenging, also a challenging quest because the mobs are underwater, deep underwater. They are elite, and they are elite. What level is it? I don't have it listed, but they're going to be elite 36, 37, right in that ballpark. So they're not impossible, but it's hard. So basically what we will have to do is end up kiting and dragging these mobs back to the surface of the water and replenishing after every fight, and be careful that we don't pull more than one. So it's not it's definitely not easy. There are certain ones we won't want to pull. I mean, I did it as a mage, so I had to be careful. I didn't have a way of healing my poison. Plus, I obviously don't have all these bubbles. I was able to pull them from range, which is cool, but I had to avoid certain mobs because of the poison. Like, the poison would end me as a mage. I had no way to get rid of it, and then you can't survive like a war of attrition as a mage when you're poisoned fighting elites. Just impossible. I also think this was I don't know, actually, if this is... I think it was Ice Shield, because I think you get the Frost, whatever that shield is, that allows you to not be interrupted at 40. So it was really more... I needed to be able to kite or go toe-to-toe. And, so I was able to do it. And then as my feral druid, it was a little easier because I could swim down and I could go toe-to-toe with them a little bit more. But I still had to swap in and out and heal. I think in both cases, I believe I died at least once doing the quest. So I'm hoping with her will be a little better. And also when we do it, we got our third Venom. With our shaman, because we can post up, actually fighting elites is a good thing as a shaman because you can post up and drop your totems. So that's not too shabby. And we could potentially drop a poison removing totem when we're fighting that kind. There are casters. Now my paladin, we don't have a way to interrupt, so we have to be careful when we pull, if we decide to pull any of the caster murlocs. Or you can just avoid and not pull those. Also with the shaman, we can breathe underwater, whereas we don't have that, and we can walk on water, so we could hypothetically replenish our stats and everything, like by eating food, by sitting on top of the water. I've never tried to do that. You can walk on water and use that spell, water walking, to eat food on the surface of the water. I'm gonna try it. But that's also it's just a tricky quest because a lot of people would marry that with other quests out there on the Vile Reef. I've tried to get help on it before, and I've never successfully had someone offer to come help me. So it's a quest that you pretty much have to be resigned you're going to have to do on your own if you want to do it. And most people will be like, dude, don't even bother. So parts for Cravel, that's going back and forth to Ratchet. All this, Ratchet. Now when we do Dream Dust in the Swamp, that will send us to Swamp of Sorrows. And there's a couple places you can kill mobs, but if you want to stick to mobs that are around the mid-30s, you just stay in the front, and you can grind out mobs much in the same way we're doing right now. So this is that one's not hard. It's right around this. Maybe mobs are a pinch higher, and I don't remember how much Dream Dust you need. The drop rate's not 100%, but it's pretty decent. So let's say we'll probably only have to end up killing around 20 mobs, and they'll probably be, without rested XP, they're going to be somewhere in the 200 range. So we'll get maybe 4 grand, 4 to 5k XP, plus turning it in, so also less than 10k XP for that. So we're sitting at around 20k XP that we're going to get out of the remaining 60k we need. So we found now one of the ships. I like this ship for what we're doing because this one's filled with higher level ones. If you go to some of the lower level ones, you'll find ships that are basically fully surrounded by the baby tortoises. If you prefer to fight the easier ones, those are farmed a heck of a lot more, though the competition is a lot harder. A lot of people that come do this area are not level 37, so they don't want to fight level 34, 35 turtles, where we do. And we only need 4 more car parts, so we're getting there on that. So this is a good little area. We'll get a good XP out of this. You stun me, I stun you. Also, I just noticed I let my life get pretty low. Shouldn't have dropped that other one, but oh. That's a baby one. I'm going to try to kill the big boys first. Oh, let's go get that snapper out there. You know, we only need 3 parts left, so grinding by myself in sets of 3, that would mean we are 90% of the way done. Only 1 set of 3 to go. Pretty cool. We only need 4 shells, and we're halfway through our Venom. Now we do need the baby basilisks still. I don't see any around us. I don't think they appear more near the beginning. There's some around the middle right there. We'll get some. And our time on our questing is going pretty good. I think there's a pretty solid chance we can finish the grind on this. Come on. Got an iron lockbox. So if we wanted to, because we have these keys, we could actually use... Oh, we're free on inventory. We're full on inventory.
Inventory is full.
That's a recipe of detect lesser invisibility. So I can't send that to my... Okay, I'm going to get rid of this stringy vulture meat. I'm going to open up this lockbox. And now we're going to just... I don't want to go back and sell again. Or at least not until... Do a little more. Look at this ship up here. It's funny that they're around a sunken ship. Yeah, we'll just work on... keeping an eye on these. I don't know what else we could really drop, though. I mean, the delicate rib cages we could drop. Because we only want to drop things that we're not going to have a chance of repeating. Mystery meat, we have a chance of repeating. Basilisk spines sell for a decent amount. There we go. We got another tortoise shell. The rocket parts are hurting us because they take up 2 inventory slots. Anything, once you get above a 20 stack, they're taking up 2 inventory spots on quest items. That's annoying. We could sell the large Venom sack. I mean, we could drop it, but again, we're still fighting those things. So we're just... Oh, that speckled... We're at full 5 stack speckled shell fragments, but they sell for a decent amount. Okay. 2 more rocket parts. We're done with that. I kind of sort of just want to make the whole thing be done. Because there's no more questing in this area. Look at that, 7 shells. So if we can just get all of these quests done, then our loop will be done. And it'll cost us a little bit of gold, but whatever. Yeah, I guess I could ditch the hollow wing bone. Guess we'll start that because we're not going to be getting another one of those. Okay, so that buys us a little bit more space. Literally one spot. This probably doesn't sell for that much, and I'm not going to do anything with it. Alright, another snapper. I mean, we only need 2 more shells, too, so I'm happy about that. Killing the 10 basilisks. That's probably going to hurt us some. And then we also have... We're still working on killing these scorpid people. Probably going to need to heal quite soon. But this is a nice area for killing tortoises, as you can see. Where are we at right now? We are up to about 20k. After this one, we'll be at 20k, so we'll be needing around 56k remaining XP. Slowly but surely. I mean, but if you think about where we were when we began, we weren't even leveled up yet. So we have already done over a quarter, 26% and change of the next level. So just in the grinding alone, we've grinded out a quarter of the level, and we haven't turned in any of these quests. We'll get a decent little chunk from turning them all in at once. There we go, we got our 8th. Okay, do we go for tough tortoises? I say we just hold out. We need these. We need the other little things anyway. So let's just continue our loop looking for scorpids and stuff. There's one over there. Because we only need 1 shell. Look, there's 2 of them. Alright, we need 1 more rocket piece. 1 more shell. 3 venoms. And we need to kill 10 of the easy, lightweight basilisks. Which are not these kind. And then we have done a successful... another kind of lame thing is we're going to be stuck out here. Maybe I'll end the episode by walking us to Tanaris. Come on. Come to Papa. Nope, you did not come to Papa. When I specifically asked you to. So I don't know what the deal with that is, you disobedient little tortoise. There's a Scorpid Reaver over there. I would like to kill the tougher Scorpids, but it's hard to find pockets of the Scorpids in the same way. And whatever, for just a little bit of XP here and there, I'm not gonna lose my mind. There's a snapper over there too. And this is the last one, so we are done with all rocket car parts. One less thing will populate our mini-map now. There's a Scorpid Reaver. We can go get that guy next. I'll take any kind of Scorpid that we, Scorpids are the most intensive, resource-draining mob. Ow. Dang it. Because of their poison, they do solid damage. It maybe would inspire us to... Look, there's one of the basilisks we need, so we can start with that guy too. Dang it. That right there. Look, our mana's starting to get a little low. I might actually eat one of my clams soon. Okay. Great, but we did not get what we wanted. Okay, so all around the rim here, you get these basilisks. At 31, they're worth XP. I'm hoping we can go down to 30. Now the crystal hides are in this little, whatever it's called, bowl, basin. And we got no goods for that. Get the 200 XP. There's Weasel's Crater. So we did not get any XP for finding Weasel's Crater, for discovering it. Yeah, the downside is, is that my of one of the downsides of playing through Dragonflight as evokers with my wife is she does not like the XYZ navigation. So she hates anything to do with the swimming, and now that her character has to fly and soar and everything like that, even when we fly, I usually would get like a, oh no, we got a different scale. Even when we fly and soar, like when we use just regular mounts, we usually would use like the Alchemy Sands of Time or whatever, so that she would just hop in and I would fly around with her. I would just carry her around. That's how she prefers to play. So she is not enjoying the forced learning how to use, and it's kind of fast if you think about it compared to... I like it. I think it's one of the more enjoyable things that's happened in recent years is the new dynamic flight system.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna... What can we ditch? Okay, I'll ditch these delicate rib cages because we're not doing anything with them. We're not going to fight anymore. Vultures. Don't see any more of the big... There's another regular basilisk over there. Come on. Yeah, see, that's... I almost dropped those Venom sacks, and look, we would have just immediately been back in the same boat. Okay, we're at 4 Venoms. We need 2 more Venoms. We're kind of... This is sort of kind of the medium. Ooh, there's some iron. I want that iron. Okay, so that's part of our farming experience here. I actually have to get out and do some football picks. A bunch of games start at 1 o'clock today. So that's going to be kind of my day. I'm going to be... I woke up really late. I slept in, recharging the old batteries, and came right out, showered, decided to make this show, and I will be then jumping right into some football after this. So my day's going to kind of shoot by fast. We're at a 10 stack of ore. If we find another ore, we're going to need more. We didn't get a single heavy stone from that. This is only our 4th basilisk of this kind. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, see, their XP is just not as good. These tortoises, I mean, we could start killing them. I'm also not really in love with the idea of killing these light ones because they, just like these basilisks, have introduced a new loot pool with like new types of scales. I'm worried that the lower level turtles might do the same. Come on. Nope. Well, actually, I forgot. Yes, we don't need anything from the basilisks. We're just killing them. So every single time we get one, that's a victory. And look, there's a couple more right there. Cool for us. And there's a Reaver over there we need. I want that Reaver. Okay, there's another Basilisk Fleck, or whatever, just called Basilisk Scale, as opposed to Sparkled Shell Fragments. They usually sell for a pretty decent amount. Okay, look where we're at. We are at the entrance to the zone. This is where I said things get easy. To look, level 30s are still worth XP. So we have made almost a whole loop. We went like this, we went over here, and we looped all the way around, and now we're up here. We're just going to finish the loop.
Inventory is full.
Alright, so we'll ditch something. I'll ditch this Scorpion Claw, but then this Sharp Claw is at the top of my list. I don't care about that. They don't sell for much at all, and they're only useful for alchemy, so... We do need some more Basilisks, but I'm not as worried. Only 2 more, and there's one right here. Oh, let's go get this Scorpid Reaver. XP, unfortunately, is dropping low for us. Because we're on the weak side of the zone. We must have passed the tortoise area because, I don't know, we must have blown right by it. Or maybe it was up there and I just... Yeah, we must have passed it by. There is a tortoise area somewhere. It's at that ship, I think. Maybe I just saw all easy, light tortoises. Didn't really catch my attention. I'll start killing tortoises of all types for that last shell after we have made a full loop. You know, we still have one more of these, and we still have 2 scorpion things that we need.
I can't carry any.
Broken basilisk teeth. Yeah, remember I said I was going to get rid of this first. But with one final basilisk, most likely these teeth are not going to make the cut. Because we will just have left now after this guy, tortoises and scorpions. We're doing pretty good. I mean, this has been a pretty successful run. Okay, so that's a regular tortoise, but we need the scorpions. So I'm going to hold out. I'm not going to go for the cheap baby tortoises yet. We're going to hold out, and we need 2 Scorpid Venoms. So these Reavers, I think it's like Terrors or something like that. Those are the higher level Scorpids.
Inventory
Did not get it. Alright, I'm ditching the teeth to go back to the claw. I wish I would have kept that claw now. Since these Scorpids are just brutalizing us with their RNG today. There's a stronger tortoise right there. We can go after him. Yeah, but I do have a goal to, you know, perform or whatever to catch up. I am going to work in the Badlands today. I want to get a bunch of quests done.
I can't carry anymore.
A large knapsack would be quite nice for us. Can we make that work? I don't think we'll be able to. I guess I'll ditch the vulture talons, even though they sell for a decent amount. Yeah, it let me swap it. So that bought me a couple more inventory spots. Bully for us. That's excellent. It's the best kind of. It's a Reaver over there. There's the snapper we need. I do want that Reaver. I want to go back to that Reaver. Okay, 2 Venoms, 1 Hardened Shell, and there's another Snapper, so get some more we can do here if we need. Come on. Come on. Turtle meat, though, that's pretty good. Got another Snapper right there. I don't even want to check the XP now until we do our last kill before we turn in the quest. Then I kind of want to check it and see how far did we ultimately get, because we were a little bit, we leveled up in the process of this. Yeah, we got our last shell, so no more tortoises now. Now it's just scorpion time for our final 2 Venoms. I don't know that I've ever had the scorpions be the last thing I need. Maybe. I mean, I do it a little bit differently when I do this solo, because I kind of explore the quests one at a time. There we go. There's a Terror. That's what I want, that Scorpid Terror over there. And he's by this little broken camp. That's one of the areas I was talking about where there's a concentration of scorpions. So there are little areas. Oh, okay. We did not get what we wanted from that Scorpid, by the way. Still need 2. And this Crystal Hide decided to charge us. But we already had an attack Basilisk mine, and they actually sell for a decent amount. Alright, so I'm not seeing a oh, there we go. I was going to say, where's my concentration? There we go. So this is where you want to go for your Scorpids. This is helping us finish out the loop. We're at the bottom here, and then we can make over this. We should get our final 2, I'm guessing, between the Reavers and the Terrors. We should get them here. Love it. Okay, 1 more to go. And then we'll make our way back over to the camp. I can see just on the chart on the bottom, we're not halfway to leveling up yet. It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And this is, of course, with rested XP. With Buku rested XP. Did not get it from him. This is... Any one of these guys could be our last kill in this zone. What we need, anyway. He hits kind of hard. Okay, that was not it. That was not the last kill. And these ones are giving us just 300 XP each, a little bit more. Reavers are the other ones, which this is going to be where we're at next, because we've done all the Terrors, so we've got to go Reavers now. But that's okay. They're still worth some XP too. I mean, the actual difference in XP is, it's like 6 or 8 points per level. So we're getting about 20 something less XP. Then I think also you double that because of the rested XP. So these guys are worth about 60 XP less than the other ones were. Which I guess that does add up. Yeah, we're getting low on our mana and stuff, but we're trying to just get our last item. Dang. So I'm kind of like on the fence where it's like I don't really want to eat like a mystery meat or whatever. I need this seal of command going. Okay, now my damage will go up a little bit. Cool. Come on, be the last one. You were not. So I can't even hit this guy with one because I'm gonna need 79, 48. So that's 127, yeah. And then, so you basically need like 230 total XP to make it work. Well, I have that now. Well, I was wrong. We cleared out that whole stinking camp and didn't get one. So now we're going back into the wilds and just going to be looking for scorpions for our last one. This is terrible RNG on this. The RNG gods are smiting us. They're smacking us. And then every time we lose, the real cost of that poison is the 72. I should have looked and read what it was. It's a pretty decent size stat reduction. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have that kind of feeling like I slept so long, I just feel puffy faced, like my body is recovering from busy week at work, and I just feel like I just saturated myself in sleep, which is good, I guess. Right? I mean, probably not the best way to like live, to like be on sleep rations all week, and then see, here's the Silithid, you go for it. But if If you kill them, you actually can get a drop quest for the Alliance. From the Alliance, you could just never activate it. So, it's, yeah, look, and it says not specified. All the other things have, like, something tied to them. But the Silithids say not. See, this says beast. So they all have some type, but the Silithid do not. They are not specified. So you will never get a damage bonus against Silithid. There's no... That's a Silithid Searcher. They are hostile as opposed to the other ones. Alright. Needing to find more Scorpids. I can't believe that we have cleared this entire desert and didn't get 6 Scorpid Venoms. Kind of redonkulous. Here's another Scorpid Terror. More Gazers, we don't need those. Look, there's Tater Tots. I think we've come across Tater Tots before. Around the same level as us. So I need to find out, oh my gosh. I have to check and see what time the game is on. It's kind of a messed up situation, because if you want to watch all the preseason games, some of them are televised. Usually not that many, but I can usually get lucky and get like one televised, one preseason. No, there's only 3 preseason weeks. Not counting the Hall of Fame game, but the Hall of Fame game is always televised. So, if your team is just not having anything anyone cares about, then you're screwed. And then you only have 2 options. If you live in the area, you can get a local cast of it. Like if you live local, like if you are a fan and you live in the city where your fan is from, where your team's from, you could probably catch the preseason games on the local TV. Probably. Oh my gosh. Or you can pay for, like, NFL Plus is like the only thing. And it's fairly expensive. I think it's like $17 a month or something like that. But it used to be crazy. You used to have to pay for a preseason package, which was like $100. And it would give you features for the year, like Red Zone and stuff. That depends on what you're into. I'm not like an analyst. I don't care. Like, I'll watch highlight videos. If I want highlights, I'll watch that on YouTube. Or if I'm interested in... oh, great. We're going to need to dump something in our inventory. I'll dump this extra mystery meat. Because I know this is going to fill us up right now. Well, that time we got 2 stones. We got none off the last one. This time we get 2. I mean, I like that we got it. Oh, and luckily I already had moonstone stacks going. That's good. I cannot believe that they're just dragging us out with one final stupid Scorpid. This is ridiculous. And that's how World of Warcraft works. Like, we can do the entire, all quests in the zone, everything done in an hour, and then, or less, and then spend the next 15 to 20 minutes looking for one Scorpid Venom. Just cruel. Just cruel RNG gods. The RNG gods giveth and they taketh away. The other option, though, if you don't pay for that, is bootleg. And that's okay. If bootlegging that one option, which is available, it's just so stupid. Because of a kind of basically monopoly that the NFL has on it. Some regions, depending on where you live, you can see the product for free. But if you don't live there, so since I no longer live around my team, I have to search it out in another way. I already pay, and that's the other frustrating thing. I already paid for the NFL ticket. I'm already spending a large amount of money to watch all my games, but you want to charge me extra to watch the preseason games on top? That's just... And I don't even really get all the games, because you also need to have Amazon Prime and ESPN, and you need all of these other third-party things, so there is no true NFL ticket anymore. So it's really a racket. So there are certain times a year when I have to bootleg, because, like... And I already pay for, like... I already get kind of ESPN because I have Disney Plus, so I'm already paying for that. Disney owns ESPN. But no, if you want to watch the Monday Night Football, you can't watch that through the Disney Plus app. You need to have another one. You need to... There we go. We finally got it. Alright, so we're going to turn these in and probably then go down to Tanaris, and that'll be where we log in Tanaris. And we'll start our... kind of the traveling elite, more annoying aspect. So we got altogether 41% of the way to another level up. So we did almost half a level on this. We gained 31,100 plus another couple thousand. And then now let's also turn in.
I hope you didn't kill any of the basilisks on the tracks themselves. It takes a long time for the carcasses to decay.
No promises.
And I'd rather not have to take a shovel out to clean up.
So that's a one shot, just kill some basilisks. Nothing else going on with that one. Another 2,600 XP. I'll take it.
Yo! You have those bones for me. I was just about to start working on lightening the steering rig, but I don't want to open her up without all the parts I need.
Great, I can get the crew working on this right away. Thanks, adventurer. Our racing team is the pride of goblins everywhere. You'd be surprised at some of the people who contribute in one way or another to our team. You know Gazlow? He tracks down parts from around the world for us. He even came down to work on one of our rigs once. A few weeks ago, he said he'd send us a new prototype fuel regulator, but it hasn't come yet. He's usually very prompt. Maybe you wouldn't mind going to Ratchet to ask him about it. I wouldn't be so pushy, but the gnomes are gaining on us.
Okay, so that's given us a new quest to go back to Ratchet. So now we have two, but that one's going to open up a chain. Okay. The gnomes are gaining on them. Well, yeah, and look how many extra quests the gnomes are giving us.
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
My brother is making progress with his new fuel design, and that has me worried. I need to start work on a tortoiseshell fuel tank as soon as possible. Lee Contessa, do you have those shells yet?
You got them! Thanks, adventurer! Wow, these shells are harder than I thought. When I work with them, I'll probably bend a whole box full of tools.
Cool.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Did you get that Venom?
Oh, right! This Venom is going to work great! Thanks, adventurer! Now I just need to boil it down, apply Skipper Otimer, add a negacatalyst, and drat! Where are my notes?
And now they both give us
developing
another
a new engine
quest.
that'll make the car go so fast! Fast enough to fly, I know it! I just need to make pistons that can handle very, very heavy stress. All my trials have failed because I can't make pistons hard enough. But there is someone who might know how. His name is Martek the Exiled. He is a great smith and knows more about metal than anyone. Take him this letter. I know he can help, but he's far, far away. In Azeroth, in the Badlands, in a camp with a goblin. Find him.
Okay.
Need assistance?
And encrusted tail
Our
fins.
rocket car is the fastest thing on the flats. So fast that I'm afraid friction is going to tear it apart. To prevent that, I need to create a composite to coat the car's moving parts. It must be hard, but not brittle, and must be resistant to salt corrosion, or time spent on the shimmering flats will eat it away. Have you heard of the Vile Reef, adventurer? It's off the coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Salt-scale murlocs live there, and their tail fins are a crucial ingredient of my composite.
Alright, so now we have to go to the Badlands and to the Elite quest out there.
Here there.
Oh, he's doing something. Yeah, so we're about to turn in the same thing. We're obviously doing... There we go.
Lee Contessa, have you been out into the flats? Did you bring back that load of parts I wanted?
Whoa! Look at all that. There's some good stuff in that heap of junk. I'm sure I can pawn it off for a hefty sum. And is that an ear I see squashed between those two sheets of metal? Ouch! Heh, I sure wouldn't want to be that pilot. Thanks, adventurer. Here's your pay. And here's some advice. Free of charge. If you look hard enough, you can always find profit in someone else's tragedy.
Okay, now he will look through the parts and he's gonna give us another quest. We're gonna check all these. I'm gonna go sell. We're gonna clear some of this stuff up. So it did say that he says there that he places the crate of parts on the ground. He grabs a part and puts it in his pocket, and then he says, "There, that should do it." Sell some of these. Yeah, see, we're getting pretty for these stacks. We're getting now the Venom stacks, no, but some of those we got in the 50s for. Let's check. Do I can sell this too? Obviously, I know we need the fish, but do we still need the mystery meat? That's a good question. We need the bisque, and we need the cod. We do not need the mystery meat, so we can get rid of the mystery meat too. I feel better about throwing away that one piece now.
Alrighty then.
Alright, but now he has another quest for us, I believe. Oh, no. He's still on the ground. So many people are turning it in, he just keeps dropping to his knees on the ground. I'm pretty sure... Oh no, there's not another quest right now. Okay. I thought there was another one, but maybe that comes up later. Because there is another one where he, like, you bring him some stuff. But maybe that's what happens when we go over here.
Talk to me.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so now we're going to walk down to Tanaris, and on the way down, we're going to... Because I'm not seeing any quests right here. We're going to do our spreadsheet again. So what did we turn in? Well, we definitely did... Okay, so we're going right to the beginning. So let's just go off of the quest in order. Because we didn't complete the bottom one. We did do Hardened Shells. Actually, let's go to a bump in the road. We did that one first. Bam. That one's done. Then, we can't check that off though. Then we did Load Lightning. And that one actually did open up a quest for us. Okay, so we finished Load Lightning. And that opened up Goblin Sponsorship. Part 1. There you go. So that one is asking us to go down there. Boom. That's the guy chasing us. Okay, then we did Hardened Shells and Salt Flat Venom. Completed both of those. Bam, bam. Which then opened up 2 more. Did I mark down that we had Helmet Nessingwary and all that? Yeah. Then that opened up Encrusted. It opened up Martek the Exiled. And it opened up the Encrusted Tail Fins. I actually missed that we did the other one. Oh no, I did bump in the road. Okay. Alright, so right now for 1,000 Needles, we currently have Helmet Nessingwary, which we had before, Wharfmaster Dizzywig, and now we have Martek the Exiled, Encrusted Tailfins, and Goblin Sponsorship. So that's all good. We also picked up the Crone of the Crawl. That's for Razorfin Crawl. We will note that later, that we picked that one up first and foremost. Okay, cool. So that's pretty decent. So we turned in Hardened Shells, Salt Flat Venom, Load Lightning, a bump in the road. I guess that's it, huh? Oh, and rocket car parts. I missed that one. That was the last one we turned in. Right. Okay, cool. Alright, and then he did not give us another quest based on that. Okay. So here is... Now, I've accidentally gone up to click on that flight path before and then died. I did that where I was kind of doing what we're doing right now. Now, after everything has been turned in, we are now over halfway done. We need 36,000 remaining XP. So we're halfway to 38. That's pretty good. And we have things that we need to complete most likely taking us to Ratchet next time. But, yeah, so this is where we're logged. I will probably fly us to Ratchet right now, just to get things, save us a little time on the next episode. And then I'll log in there. But we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. And you will see me again tomorrow on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Peace.